What's up guys, welcome back. I was one of the winners for the Winsor & Newton personalised Series 7 brushes. Woohoo! I haven't got it yet, but when I do, I'm totally going to frame that bad boy. But that's not the only good news.
There's more.
We smashed another milestone. It doesn't seem that long since we hit 3,000, so here's to the next 1,000. Cheers. Today we're going to look at how I painted this Angron base. Now to do the mud, I first used Steel Legion Drab, and then I washed with Army Painter Strong Tone. You could also use Devlan mud or some Agrax Earthshade. Next I took some scale colour chestnut ink and randomly dabbed it over the mud to get more of a wet look and also to vary the colour. If you don't have chestnut ink, you can get a similar effect if you just mix a little Mornfang brown in with the gloss version of Seraphim Sepia. Once that dried, I got some dark sea blue and I thinned it down to a glazed consistency, which I then applied into the darkest areas. The stones were based in scale colour Graphene Grey. This is similar to Games Workshop Eshin Grey. For the first highlight, I made a 1-to-1 mix of Graphene Grey and scale colour Graphite. A good substitute for this is Games Workshop Dawnstone. This was applied on top of the rocks, leaving the base colour showing through in the cracks and underneath. I then made quite a strong highlight by adding some Vallejo Ivory into the mix and essentially edge highlighting each stone. I also picked out some of the cracks along the surface. The final step was to make a thin glaze with Games Workshop Loren Forest, and I applied this over the top, which gave the stones a more organic, natural feel. The metal parts were based in a 1-to-1 mix of black and scale colour Bering blue. If you don't have that, you can just use Fenrisian blue from Games Workshop. To highlight, I simply layered with Bering blue and then I used white to pick out the little details. I also added some Ben Comet style broken edge highlights to help give that metallic look. This World Eater was painted using the same process I used on the Ultramarine from the last video. I first based in scale colour Graphite, and then I blocked in the shadows with Graphene Grey. You can see from this angle just how dark I've gone. It's quite a big shift from the highlight on the front, and that's actually one of the best tips I can give for painting white. Never be too scared about going dark. If you look at some white objects in your daily life, you'll often see that a lot of the surfaces will be very dark shadow, often going all the way to black. So after that, I then blocked in 2 highlights by mixing some white into the graphite for the first highlight, and then a little more white for the second. A final highlight was added with pure white. And of course I blended the transition by glazing over where the 2 colours meet, using the appropriate highlight colour each time. The gold parts were based in Games Workshop XV88, then I highlighted with Balor Brown, which was intensified by adding progressive amounts of Vallejo Ivory. Once I got the highlight bright enough, I then glazed with Vallejo Armour Brown to build up the shadows, before finishing off with lots of little pure white highlights along the edges. The steel parts were done in the same way as the other metal on the base. The yellow hazard stripe casing on the bolter was based in Averlund Sunset, then I shaded it by adding a little purple into the yellow. Now it doesn't really matter what purple you use for this. I used some scale colour Sunset purple, but you can use whatever you like. It was then finished off with some freehand black lines. The little pouches were brown leather mixed with a bit of black, and then I added some edge highlights with Vallejo Japanese uniform. I think that's everything. If you want to know how I did the Ultra Smurfs, I made a detailed 2-part series showing the step-by-step process, so definitely check those out. Thanks for watching guys, feel free to check me out on Twitter or Facebook, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks again, bye for now.